it's nice for you to go out, to go to other countries, to other places, but your home is the best place to be. So east or west, home is best. Another proverb: we are to learn as long as we live. We are to learn as long as we live. It means that you never stop learning. There's always something that you learn every day. So as long as you live, you will continue to learn. So the proverb goes, we are to learn as long as we live. Maybe I could come back. What time is it in there over there in Italy? Yes. Let me find what time it is over there, and I'll try to schedule another live lesson for a more reasonable time. It's 10 p.m. So tomorrow morning in 2, 8, 12 hours. I will try to come back maybe in 12 hours. So for now, I will continue until there's nobody. When there's nobody, it's not worthwhile speaking. So I will continue, and then when you go to bed, I will stop, and then I'll come back maybe in about 12 hours. So it will be around 10 a.m. in Italy, 10 in the morning. So yep. If you have any question, of course, don't hesitate. There's a proverb: a tree is known by its fruit. And by the way, the proverbs, the reason why I like proverbs is that they are a very nice way for you to start a conversation. Let's say you notice that someone has a difficulty, has maybe he just lost all of his money, or he lost his job. There's always a proverb that you could use to sort of uh, to console him, to make him less sad. So proverbs are a great source of wisdom, and a great way for you to start a conversation, to make friends. And if you're writing something, let's say you're writing an essay or a paper, a research paper at university, it's always a good idea for you to start with a proverb. From there, you can extrapolate, you can give illustrations, and you can even end an essay with a proverb. That also is a great way to end an essay. So for example, you can start by saying, a tree is known by its fruit. A tree is known by its fruit. One way of interpreting this proverb is as follows. You can say, you can judge somebody based on his environment. For example, if someone has a very let's say he lives his car. Let's say his car is very dirty. Then maybe it would not be an unreasonable assumption to assume that that person also is that dirty, has bad hygiene. So a tree is known by its fruit. Let me find another one. There's a very famous and common proverb. It's to be a wolf in a sheep's clothing. To be a wolf in a sheep's clothing means that somebody is hiding their true personality. That person is pretending to be nice, but actually is a very bad and evil person. He is pretending to be a sheep when in fact he is a wolf. We find another proverb. There's a very useful proverb. Time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds. It means, let's say, you could use it. Let's say if your friend has had a breakup, let's say um, his girlfriend or boyfriend has left him. You could say time heals all wounds to him or her. It would mean that with enough time, that person will feel better. He will feel less sad. So time heals all wounds. Or if somebody's parent or relative has died, you could say that time will heal his wound. Because maybe he will be very sad when he hears the news, the bad news, but eventually after 1 year or 5 years, he will become less sad. So time heals all wounds. Another very common proverb. There is a black sheep in every flock. There is a black sheep in every flock. It means that in every mm, if in every society there are bad persons. Let's say you want to go abroad, thinking that it's safer, that it's better, but there will always be some parts of that country or some communities where it's not the case. So you could say there is a black sheep in every flock. Now, one very famous proverb, all is well that ends well. All's well that ends well. You could say all is well, or you could say all's well. So all's well that ends well. They use it especially in cartoons when at the end of the movie, the actor's life or situation ends up improving. Maybe he was facing a lot of trouble. In the end, everything is solved. His life is much better. So you could say all's well that ends well. We find another proverb. Every cook praises his own broth. Every cook praises his own broth. It means that everybody like to praise their own work, their own assets. What, for example, if you have a nice car, you tend to flash it. You tend to peacock around it. So you tend to praise your own work, even if the car or whatever it is. Let's say you've written an article, you will in your head let's say you have a child, you have become a parent. In your eyes, that child is the most beautiful child in the world. Let me see the message. Ah, it's alright, you can go to bed. I'll see you around in around 12 hours. Thanks for listening, and as always, keep an eye on the live stream news feed. Usually it will notify you when I'm online. So have a nice evening. I'll see you tomorrow.